Hey guys, I'm Lydia and today we're going to throw together 2 quick meals that we can just whip it up, throw it in our freezer, and pop them out whenever we need them. So let's just get right into it, okay? Because I know I'm talking a lot and I'm talking fast, so let's start. Our first recipe is just like a sausage sheet pan meal. I love sheet pan meals because they're so easy. I'm actually making this recipe by 3, so if you want to get this recipe, look down below in the description. You know I love my Ziploc bags. You probably can't see it, but I do have all my bags labeled. It has the cook time, what time the oven should be at, and then today's date, as well as what the item is. So I'm gonna open my bags. All of my veggies have been washed and ready to go, so I'm just in go mode right now. I have maybe a few minutes before I have to pick my son up today, so we're gonna knock this meal out, all right? So I have me a pan right here, and this is the one I'm gonna use today for tonight's dinner. And then I have my potatoes. So what I'm gonna do is just cut them in half. I'm gonna try to make them even amount for each. Now guys, these are little red potatoes, and then I got a bag of little yellow potatoes. So I only got a bag of each. So I'm gonna chop these in half, and I'll meet you back. All right, so that's the last of the potatoes. So I have all my potatoes in the bag for the ones that are going in the freezer, and the ones on my pan, putting them right here. I'm gonna go in next with my sausages, and I just got 3 packs of kielbasa sausage, because I'm gonna do 1 per serving, and they're 14 ounce, well 12 ounce servings. Well, that's weird. One says 12, one says, well 2 say 12, 2 say 14, and then 1 says 12 ounce. So I'm gonna do is just thinly slice this up, and then just put 1 in each bag and 1 on each pan. So guys, while I do that, I figure we can chat a little bit. So I've been sick like the past few days, which has been horrible for me. I ain't even gonna lie. And this is why we're like restocking, because that whole time I was sick, I had no meals at all in my freezer. And I had recipes planned. My Walmart grocery, my shopping cart was full. My Instacart for Food Lion was full. Everything was full, but I was sick as a dog. I couldn't get anything done. And I'm not gonna lie, everyone ate out that whole entire week and a half I was down. So we're just gonna prep up for the future now. That's what I'm trying to do. So we don't want no more mistakes like that happening. So I'm just gonna chop these sausages up the same way I run my kitchen at work, guys. For those of you who don't know, I'm in food service. So the same way I run my kitchen at work, the same way I do it at home. So if you ever want to see like a kitchen tour or something like that, let me know. Like, everything is labeled, dated, organized, FIFO, definitely FIFO. Like this sausage I'm using here, I had from our last grocery trip. These 2 are the newer batch that came in. So these 2 I'm actually gonna freeze. And then the one that we used like our last grocery trip again, you know, even though it was frozen already, I'm just gonna cut it up and we're gonna cook it today. All right, so our sausages are all cut up. And I know I just jumped back and forth, and that is not sanitary. But I kind of like to layer the meats in the bag. Well, like my stuff in the bag a certain way. I don't know why, but I do. So we're gonna go in and cut our bell peppers. Usually I save my scraps on my veggies. And I use it for broth or chicken stock, stuff like that. And yes, I do put my bell pepper scraps in my broth. Usually that's what I do, but I'm not gonna do that today, just because I don't need any in my freezer batch. So for scraps today, we're just gonna get rid of them. And hopefully one day we can get some chickens and get a farm and some land. That's the goal. That's the goal, y'all. Okay? And maybe I can feed my scraps to my little piglets and my chickens. I do want to get self-sufficient, like fully sustainable, you know? That's the goal here. So I'm gonna just chop these bell peppers right off. And we're not doing small dices. We're just gonna do, trying to think what my baby would eat. I might just strip these up. Let's see. Kind of like, so I'm gonna kind of cut my peppers about this size. And when I do my onions, I'm gonna do the same. So let's get these all cut up. So I have an onion here. We're gonna cut this up as well. Now, when you put your meals in the freezer, you have two options. You can put them in just straight, the meat and the veggies, or you can put them in while they're already seasoned. So it's even easier. Say someone else has to take dinner out. They don't have to do anything to it. And that's the way I'm actually gonna try it. But that's the way we're gonna do it today. So the only thing I'm not gonna put inside of my freezer bags will be the olive oil. And I could do that as well. And I've done that before and it didn't do anything bad at all. It's just with me, I think it gets a little, I don't know, it doesn't hold its crisp. Maybe it's me, maybe I'm weird. But we're just gonna do the olive oil the day of, okay? I'm gonna take my onion, cut it in half. And I'm not doing anything small, just rough chops, rough slices. And I'm gonna spread that through the bags. All right, so now that everything is in our bags and on our pan, before we start seasoning, we're gonna just disappear real quick and wipe down. Let's do it. All right, guys, so I got all my bags here. And I already have my seasonings on the table for me. So what I'm gonna do real quick is we're just gonna put our seasonings on our pans. And the reason, again, I said I'm not gonna put my fat on so you can use olive oil or anything is because personally, I have, if you haven't watched my videos before, you might not know what this is, but this is my bacon grease. I like to do pre-cooked bacon and keep it in my freezer and my fridge just because it's more convenient and it's way cheaper than buying it from the store if you make it yourself. You can buy loads of bacon for so much cheaper, make big batches at home in your oven for a way short time and then just put it in your freezer. So first we're just gonna add in our herbs. These are like freeze-dried, fresh freeze-dried herbs that I have and I love these to death. I keep a whole bunch of these and I actually want to learn how to freeze dry my own herbs one day because I feel like I can save so much money. These things here cost me about $3–4 in the cooler aisle at my grocery store. So like I said, I really feel like I could save so much more money if I did it myself. So I am going to definitely learn how to freeze dry. I have some parsley here as well. And guys, I'm doing about maybe a ½ tablespoon of each of my dried herbs. I have some basil here. I have chives as well. And you don't need much for your chives. I use maybe about a teaspoon of chives. Now my favorite is garlic, guys. So this, you're going in with a whole tablespoon of garlic. Don't be scared of it. Maybe a little more. I love garlic so much. And this again is that freeze-dried garlic. All right, so all my dried herbs are actually in my bag. I'm not gonna put any salt and pepper in my bag at all, but what I am gonna do is just try to get some of the air out, mix it up, and then So this is what my one bag looks like, and now I'm gonna push the air out. So I'm gonna just close it with the air in. That helps me shake it up, get all of the herbs and seasonings everywhere. I find that when I skip this step, guys, and I actually just like dump it on top and then get the air out and throw it in the freezer, the herbs actually freeze on one, like the top items, and not go everywhere, even in the oven when I try to break it up. So just don't skip this step, just so you can get everything evenly distributed. So now I did that, I'll push the air out and lay it as flat as we can. Nope, I can get some more out. Yes, I do lay my whole body on it just to get air out. I'm sorry. So these are my 2 bags for the freezer. And this is my pan. We're actually gonna throw this in the oven. So just to cook these and let you guys know how I would make them, I'm just gonna toss these around, make sure all the herbs are everywhere. I would put this in the oven between 375 or 400, depends on you. If it comes straight out the freezer, I would go with a 400-degree oven. If you're cooking it like this and it's fresh, I would just go with a 375 oven. Oh my God, I almost lost a potato. So now I got all of the seasoning spread out. I'm just gonna spread this out thin as I can. So now we're gonna go in some salt and pepper. I like to, again, to do this right before I put it in the oven. And I like to use my fresh cracked pepper. And I use pink Himalayan salt. Guys, that's just my preference. So now with the bacon grease. This is my favorite part. I love bacon grease, okay? I can't say I love bacon. I like bacon. I know y'all are gonna hate me. I just started liking bacon too. But what I'm gonna do is just wiggle this on top because I don't actually wanna get any herbs, which I already did. And I'm trying to get it out in my bacon. Trying to get it on everything. And halfway through, guys, of course, we're going to flip it. And I got it on everything, so I'm just running my brush across now. Making sure everything is coated. All right, so this we're gonna put right into the oven, and then we're gonna start our second freezer meal. We're actually doing great timing. I got about 20 minutes before I have to get my son from school, well, from summer camp now. I was gonna say school. We're in the first week of camp. So I got about 20 minutes, so we're just gonna start the last recipe, all right? Let's get this in the oven. Alright guys, so we got that in the oven. I just gave my station a quick wipe down, and we're just going to jump into the second recipe. Now this we're making is chicken enchiladas. I've never made chicken enchiladas in my life. So this recipe isn't mine, but the link to where I got the recipe from on Pinterest will be down in the description below. I purposely looked up a freezer meal recipe just because I know I'm not going to make this today, but I do want to have something in the freezer. And someone gifted this to my mom. She doesn't cook much, so she gave it to me. I've never had El Paso red enchilada sauce, but I figure we can try it out. And if I like it, I might actually make one for myself, which would be lovely. And I'm just gonna cut these onions just kind of small because I'm not gonna cook these. I'm gonna let them cook in the oven when we actually go to make them. And these are kind of small, which is great. I should have chopped onions when I was making, or when I was cutting them for the last recipe. And I did not think about needing it for this one until I re-looked at it. So I have my tortillas here. And I just have 2 like small rectangle pans that I'm gonna use as well. Bear with me, y'all. I have some cheese here that we're gonna use. This is just a Mexican blend cheese. I am going to start getting my cheese wholesale in the blocks and shredding them myself so I can keep it. I did realize it will save me some money, so we're going to start doing that as well. I have black beans here that was in a can that I drained and rinsed thoroughly. I just have those onions I chopped, some green chiles, and then for my meat I have my chicken. We're just gonna grab our tortilla, but I do have my chicken for my meat, and I just have some rotisserie chicken that was left over from a meal a while ago, and I knew I wasn't gonna use it all, so I froze it. So I got a nice little layer of black beans down. Not sure how to assemble, so we're just gonna go. I'm gonna go with some onions, put some green chiles, and then I'll go in with some chicken. These were like whole breast thighs. Like I said, this was just a whole bird that was rotisserie. I don't know how full I'm supposed to make them. Now the recipe didn't say to put cheese inside, but I am because that's me. So I'm gonna put some cheese inside, and then I guess I'm gonna roll it up, right? And I'm gonna put it on its side in the pan just so it can try to stay closed a bit. So now that we got our first one made, it took me a minute just to see how I wanted to do it. I'm just gonna start knocking a couple of these out at a time. Guys, if you're enjoying this video so far, just make sure you subscribe to the channel. I love doing cooking videos, so we're definitely, if you have not seen, I'm always going to have new food recipes and videos coming out anytime. Well, all the time pretty much. And I also do have a new pantry DIY hack series out, guys, so make sure you watch and to stay tuned to that. I'm just giving away all of my tips and tricks on how to save money in the kitchen. That is my biggest thing, is saving money and worrying about food costs. Again, I work in the food industry, so that's just a big thing for me. I'm gonna put the cheese before the chicken this time. And I'm not doing a lot because it does get topped off with cheese. So I'm just gonna put a little bit on the inside. And we'll roll these up. You would think I knew how to do this since I work at Moe's. Anyway, keep going. I'm gonna try to get at least 2 pans out of this since I got 2 backup recipes for my other one. And at least that'll be 4 days of dinner I don't have to worry about. I think I'm gonna get 5 in each, it looks like, which is fine. The only people who will be eating these is me and the bae. The baby, again, if y'all haven't followed me already, or if you're new to the channel and you don't know, my son actually has a dairy allergy. It's not dairy intolerance, it's a dairy allergy, which is very severe. So because these have cheese in them, he will not be having these. This is why I'm just making a small batch of each. So these will be for me and his father to have, which is fine. I have a toddler, if y'all don't know. So if you do know, you know how, well, he just turned 3. So you should know how kids are. He does not eat anything but chicken and rice and chicken nuggets and french fries. So usually I cook separate meals just because, again, everybody kind of eats different things. Now I can eat what they eat, but I've been trying to stay low carb to no carb a lot lately, which has been working for me. I think I want to say 60 plus pounds down right now. Now his father eats everything. And my son, again, dairy intolerant. We have a dairy allergy, so that's hard to work with. So I've been working on a lot of new dairy-free recipes, guys. So if you are into dairy-free recipes or looking for those, make sure you check out my playlist. I will definitely link that down below as well. I have a dairy-free playlist, and I have desserts as well as meal prep recipes and toddler recipes in that. So make sure you check that out, guys. All right, this is my next for my first tray over here. Now, I don't know if I should put the red sauce on before I put it in the freezer or after. I think I'm gonna do it before and see how it goes. And if it doesn't taste right, next time we know to change it up, you know? We are almost done with these.
Got some kick.
Alright guys, so I got my 2 pans right here, my enchiladas. This one has the 6, and this one just fits that 5 perfectly, okay? So we're gonna top it off with our cheese and then our red enchilada sauce. And I'm just gonna divide this can evenly between the 2 pans. Oh, I'm trying to get it. Not gonna lie, it smells so good. That tastes so good. I don't care, it's for my family, it's for me and my bag. So don't y'all come at me in the comment box or in the comment section for licking my fingers, because y'all not eating it. It's for me and my hubby. Anyway, I'm gonna divide. I think I'm supposed to pour the sauce on first. So I'm gonna pour the sauce on evenly as I can. Try to get all of it. Come back over in this one. Okay, and then we got the sauce spread evenly. Last step, I'm told to top it with plenty of cheese. So that's what we're gonna do. So that should be enough cheese. We like cheese. That might be why my baby has a dairy intolerant. Whoa. Allergy. I keep saying that, guys. Between me and you, and this might be a little off topic, but I feel like my son has a dairy allergy because of how much cheese and dairy I eat. I'm addicted. And I really feel like I messed him up. If you feel like that and you're a mom and you feel like you ate something so much while you were pregnant and now your child is allergic to it and you feel like you came from that, please leave me a comment down below, because I feel like that's me, but I don't know. But anyway, let's get back to it. Enchiladas. So these are actually done and they're gonna go in the freezer just like this. What I like to do before I freeze anything, if you haven't watched any of my meal prep videos before, my freezer meal prep videos, I always double wrap with saran wrap first, and then I'll put the lid on it and I write the cooking instructions right on top just to make my life a little bit easier. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna clean up. We're gonna write our instructions on top. I am going to pull my sheet pan meal out of the oven because that's what we're gonna have for dinner tonight. And then I'll be right back. So see you in a sec. So these are gonna go right into our freezer. Beautiful. Guys, look.
Wow.
It smells so good. Hold on. I had to grab a fork. It smells so good. The sausage smells so good. The potatoes are fork tender. I really want to bite it, but I feel like I'm gonna burn myself. I really do. Oh my God, they look so good. And you smell the bacon and the sausage together. I'm going in for a potato because I'm being fat. And I'm not going for the veggies first. Ha! Try it again. Let's try it again. That's so good. I'm going for some peppers and some onions now. Well, dinner's done. Before I eat it all, dinner is done. I'm gonna get all this stuff in the freezer. I'm going to put this up, pick up my son, and we're going to eat. My mouth is watering still. I'm trying to talk and my mouth is literally salivating. Anyway, get it together. Anyway, I'm gonna go. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure you hit that like button down below so others can see it as well. And make sure you subscribe to my channel for more videos like this coming soon. Alright, until further ado, see you later.